Hey guys, Deion Taylor here. In my previous video, I talked about some of the new capabilities in the advanced authoring canvas in Power Virtual Agents, which is currently in preview. In this video, I'm going to discuss another feature that is part of that release, which is called basic cards. I'm going to create some basic cards and then I'm going to use PowerFX to enter some dynamic data into that. If you're interested, don't go anywhere. I'll start talking about it right after this. In my previous video, I also had an example, right, that I was building out for you guys. So that was getting the drop-down values from Dynamics 365 customer service inside here in Power Virtual Agent. So I'm going to continue on building on top of that example. So you can kind of see here, this is what I showed you guys the last time, right? Getting the drop-down values from Dynamics 365, setting that variable, getting that variable value, and then getting that case category. Now, what I'm going to do here is I need to add some things first before I can show you how we can build that basic card inside here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the customer for a short description of the issue they're dealing with, and I'm going to use that as the case topic, right? And that could be for when you might have a flow that actually creates a new case in Dynamics 365. And if that is the case, no pun intended, then you also need your customer's email address maybe, right? If you don't have authentication set up, so that we can query Dynamics 365 and see if there is a record for that customer in the database. So those are some things I'm going to add here. But before I get started, I just wanted to show you this as well. So let's just say that we don't want to edit this topic. We want to start creating a new topic, but we still want to copy this over, right? So you can do this now very easily by just clicking Open Code Editor, and then you're going to click Select All, and then you can just copy that. Oops. So I'm going to select all, and I'm going to hit copy on my keyboard. And then I'm going to close that code editor. Then I'm going to go back to topics. I'm going to leave this one. And then I'm going to create a new topic. So I'm going to say new drop down values. And again, I'm going to go here to the code editor. I'm going to remove what's in there. And I'm going to paste what I just copied, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and save that. And there you go. I can now close my code editor and look at that. It just made a copy of that topic for me. So I'm going to actually put some different trigger phrases in here. Test my bot. I'm going to say for video. There you go. That should be okay. I'm going to go ahead and save that. So like I said earlier, first of all, I'm going to ask them for their email address. And I'm going to get rid of this message here. And I'm going to say, I'm going to ask a question. And I'm going to say, what is your email address? So I'm just going to put that in here. Then I want to identify that answer because that answer will be an email address. So I'm going to use the email entity, right? Then I want to save that response in my variable and I want to call that variable email address. There you go. And now you can see here that that variable is now called email address. Then my next question, I'm going to say ask a question. I want to get a short description for the case that I want them to enter. And I want to store the entire response that these guys are entering here. And I'm going to call that variable topic because that's also the name of the field in the case record in Dynamics 365. All right, so once we have that, you can see here, this is from my previous video, right? Then we're going to get our drop-down values. We're going to set that variable value. We're going to ask the question, what is your case regarding, right? And then we are going to see the categories that these folks can pick from. So that's kind of what you're seeing over here. So the next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to use a Power Automate action to now create that case for me inside of Dynamics 365 customer service. And then it's going to feed back that case number to me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, let's see here, call an action. I'm going to call a flow. And the name for my flow is copy of, here we go, this is it. So you're going to see here that my flow is asking for my email address. So I am going to select that email address variable that I created earlier, right? That's this guy. So I'm going to enter my email address from Power Virtual Agents into Power Automate. And then you can see here it's also asking for a topic, right, that we need to feed into Power Automate. So again, I'm going to use my topic variable that I created earlier. Here we go. It's going to create that case, and then it's going to give me back the case number, right? You can see that here. The case number will be set to the case number variable. So now what I want to do is I want to now show a message in a basic card. So you can click here on add, and you can see here we have the ability to select basic card. So a couple of things here. You can see here that we have different fields, right? We have title, subtitle, image, and text. And when I click into each of those fields, you'll notice that we have this PowerFX formula editor here, right? We can click on that and that will open up that editor. Obviously, you can also just hard code whatever you want to show in there. So in this case, I'm just hard coding the image that is going to be shown in there. But obviously, you probably also want some dynamic content in there, right? So I'm going to show you how to do that. So for the title, I want to say, case number, and then whatever that case number is, has been created. So I'm going to click here on title, and then I'm going to click here on this edit formula button. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show text that says case number and then a space. So any text you want to show, you're going to make sure that that is in between these little quotes here. Then you're going to do space, because now I want to pull in my case number, right? And we saw that earlier, that was coming from the Power Automate flow. So I'm going to say in this topic, I'm going to do a dot. I want to get the data that is stored in the case number, and you have to use, you can see that, uppercase, because that's what I also have in my variable. And then I'm going to close that. So now what we'll show is the word case number, right? And the little, what you see over here, case number, and then the actual case number that's being fed back from the variable inside this topic. Now I also want to say has been created. So I'm going to do the ant, and I'm going to say has been created. This is again static text. And then you can click insert, and that is it. Now for my subtitle, I want to go ahead and I want to show the category that they picked, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click on here again, go and edit that formula, and then I'm going to say category, I'm going to do a space here, I'm going to do the ant, I'm going to say topic dot, and that was case. You can kind of see it here already, right? Case category is one of those variables, and it likes it, so I'm going to insert that. And let's see what else we have. We also have the first question, the topic, this was the topic. So in the text, again, I can say case description. I'm going to do and then again, topic. And that was actually also called topic. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that and then close that. And here we go. I'm going to insert that. So now let's go ahead and save that. And then I'm going to show you what that end result looks like. So let's just go ahead and, okay, I'm going to say test my bot. What is your email address? There we go. That email address exists. And then please enter a short description for the case. So I'm going to say HVAC is not cooling. There we go. And these are now our categories. So I'm going to say this is regarding service. And here is our card. So you can see it doesn't completely fit on there. It's kind of being cut off, but you kind of get the gist, right? Here we get our case number, right? And then has been created. Our category is service, and our case description is HVAC not cooling. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss another video again. Thanks for watching, and until next time.